Hello, listeners. Welcome to another episode of News Analysis, where we discuss trending issues and dissect current happenings. So, what's happening on today's episode of News Analysis? The presidency has reviewed fresh plans to revive Port Harcourt refinery and others amid delay in repairs. The presidency has announced its plans to fully privatize the country's state-owned refineries. These include the refinery in Port Harcourt, Warri, and Kaduna states. But has privatization ever worked for Nigeria? Most times when refineries or any government-owned project is being privatized, it dwindles over the years and goes out of control. In recent developments, Dari has said that the development is part of the administration's efforts to reform the oil sector and ensure local refinery capacity meets domestic demand. Full privatization of Port Harcourt, Warri, and Kaduna refinery is in works. The local oil refining and production has been done in order to increase the rate of oil production in the country. The four major refineries owned by Nigeria, located in Port Harcourt, Kaduna, and Warri, have a combined installed capacity of 445,000 barrels per day. However, despite the huge resources invested in their rehabilitation, the refineries have performed below optimal level for decades. If the money pumped into these refineries were actually supposed to yield results, by now, Nigeria should have received more returns than what it's already receiving. By now, Nigeria also should have been able to cut off from importing petrol and petroleum-related products from abroad. The federal government has spent over 11 trillion naira on the rehabilitation of the refineries from 2010 to 2023. According to the House of Representatives Ad Hoc Committee on the state of refineries in the country, they said Nigerian government has spent so much in refining these industries. The massive expenditure has failed to yield the desired result, however, leaving Nigeria heavily reliant on imported petroleum products and also adding more debts to the country. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu'S government had in August 2023 assured Nigerians that the Port Harcourt Refining Company, PHRC, would finally become functional by December after several attempts. The government also projected that the Warri refinery would come on stream by the end of the first quarter of 2024, with Kaduna following suit towards the end of 2024. Unfortunately, these timelines were not met. All we've been met with are one promise or another. Nigerian petroleum has dwindled over the years, and this can be as a result of the private and hidden oil wells Nigerian politicians have. Instead of letting Nigeria focus on developing the refineries, politicians have decided to dig private oil wells for themselves, and some have sponsored vandalization of these oil pipes. This is to be able to fill up their own pockets and to be able to become masters of Nigerian petroleum. Over the years, advice have come in that Nigeria should no longer focus on only petroleum but diversify. And so far, the government has been trying to do so, but does not mean that the oil sector should also die. But netizens have come out to give their own reaction. Some of the opinion that these refineries never needed refining, that they were perfect and they were okay, According to one netizen, he says this is just another effort and another plot to champion money into this so-called refining process. Because definitely the government would allocate money to be able to refine these refineries. But it's not even spoiled in the first place. So what needs to be repaired? Another netizen has said, una dey trust government? When it comes to crude oil, make nobody trust government because they become greedy as thieves. Is the Nigerian government really refining these industries? Or it could just be another plot to be able to siphon money and make good use of the opportunity to steal and embezzle. Nigeria is indeed in the hands of God. If truly these refineries need refining, then the government should champion enough money and invest all they can to make it work, as this will reduce the rate of importation of petroleum and petrol-related goods. But if indeed this is another plot to embezzle money, then netizens and Nigerians are called to speak up and not keep quiet, so that money will not just be pumped into NNPC in the facial value, but underneath it is going to the purses and bags of politicians.